evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations has released a new report on domestic violence in the state. The Salvation Army is making sure kids don't go hungry this summer, and we'll tell you how to be safe while enjoying those swimming pools. This year's Soapbox Derby winners were recognized at the recent City Board meeting, and the state's veterinarian says that there has been a case of Potomac horse fever reported in Nashville. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
100 vehicles under $15,000 at 5 locations, both Tullahoma and Winchester. Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive Family, and new car sales have been so great. We have a huge selection of pre-owned inventory. Do you have a trade? Maximum trade allowance going on right now. 100 vehicles under $15,000, maximum trade-in allowance. Best website in the business at russellbarnett.com. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
The day the Lord created hope could be the same day He created spring.
Springtime's here. It's a good time to get our air conditioners checked out before those hot summer days get here. We've been here for a little over 35 years. It's been our pleasure to serve our community. We'd like to thank you for Tullahoma's finest, and from all of us to all of you.
Thank you!
When I was growing up in Coffee County, I saw firsthand the need for good paying jobs. When I was county mayor, working with other dedicated Coffee Countyans, we recruited $240.6 million in industry investment in Coffee County. 2,968 new good-paying jobs to Coffee County. I'm David Pennington, candidate for Coffee County Mayor, and I ask you to join me and help make Coffee County an even better place to live and work.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation recently released a new study detailing the volume and nature of crime identified as being domestic violence in nature. The annual report compiles crime data submitted to the TBI by the state's law enforcement agencies through the Tennessee Incident-Based Reporting Systems. Among the findings of domestic violence 2017, a total of 77,846 domestic violence offenses were reported, representing a decrease of 1.8% since 2016. Simple assault accounted for the largest number of domestic violence offenses.
Females were 3 times as likely to be victimized as males and accounted for 71.5% of reported victims. Juveniles accounted for approximately 9.8% of reported domestic violence victims, with fondling being the most reported offense made against juveniles. As with all its crime publications, the TBI cautions against using the data provided in this report to compare one jurisdiction to another. The factors impacting crime vary from community to community, and accordingly, comparisons are considered neither fair nor accurate. This report is currently available for review on TBI's website at www.tn.gov/TBI.
This summer, the Salvation Army of Franklin County has teamed up with Tullahoma City Schools to provide 2 nutritious meals per day for children in the Tullahoma area. The reason for the addition of the food truck instead of a few static locations was to try to reach more children where they live, play, and play during the summer. Tullahoma Salvation Army Treasurer Pam Bussell explains.
This is the food truck. This is S3. We start every morning and head out to Ada Farrell, Eastgate, and Briarwood. We then go to our schools for camps. Then we come back and go to Dossett. We reload for lunch. We head back out. We go to the high school for summer school. Then we go to the library for lunch at the library. Then we hit up our other schools that have camps. We come back, we go to Ada Farrell, Eastgate, Briarwood, come back and reload our truck, because at that point we need more food, and then we go over to Dossett to end our day. In July we'll be hitting other stops, Tullahoma Village, Southgate, Whispering Oaks. Those are going to hit our truck next time, and this is what we do every day.
The Tullahoma City Schools Summer Feeding Program will run through Friday, July 27th. For more information on the program, Tullahoma City Schools Nutrition Department asks you to contact them through Facebook.
The Tullahoma T-Ball League recently completed their 2018 season. News Leader's cameras happened to be on the scene at Wagner Park as the Raptors, sponsored by Traders Bank, presented their participation awards and announced the winner of their Sportsmanship Award.
I hope you've all had a good time. Thank you, managers, coaches, team parents, for volunteering and helping us make this happen. We really appreciate that. And we'd also like to thank all our sponsors and businesses that have donated. Now we'll call each coach up to recognize their players and give the Sportsmanship Award winners for their team.
Okay, for the Raptors, I really want to thank our assistant coaches, Will Davis Smith and Jesse Lavelle. All the assistants are very helpful, so especially out here. But our first one is Kingston Fletcher, American pitcher. We have Andrews Grimes.
Hey, stand over here.
Andrews. Then we have Singer. I'm sorry. All right. Go back. Sawyer Smith. Now we got Landry Liddell. We got Henry Jordan. We got Brody English. Then we got Miller Unzinger. We got Preston Smith. And we got Morgan. And then our Sportsmanship Award will go to Brody English. Come here. All right, guys, let's go back and sit down. Thank you all.
Go. Thank you, Raptor.
Stay with us. More News Leader is coming up after these messages.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have sold so many new trucks. We've got over 100 pre-owned trucks to choose from. Any make, any size, any model. It's as easy as going to russellbarnett.com to check out our pre-owned truck inventory. And remember, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
SmartBank, Budweiser, and Miller Lite invite you to celebrate America's independence at Tullahoma's scenic Fraser McEwen Park, Tuesday, July 3rd. Gates open at 3 p.m. and world-class fireworks start at 9. This is a free event that has something for everyone. Tribute bands, a kids zone, petting zoo, food, fun, and games. SmartBank, Budweiser, and Miller Lite invite everyone to Fraser McEwen Park, July 3rd for the Tullahoma Kiwanis Independence Day Regional Celebration. Don't miss the downtown after party at London's, too.
Welcome back. Swimming pools are big fun in the hot summertime, but parents should know that drowning is the leading cause of unintentional deaths in children from 1 to 4 years old. Let's watch this video clip about pool safety for children.
When there's the potential for trouble, my boy's going to find it. So I pool safely by staying within arm's reach. No matter what kind of pool, lifeguards or not, a designated adult watches the kids. When I'm the water watcher, I move my chair near the edge. I do a regular head count and step in when there's too much horsing around. When there's a group of kids and parents, we always know who the water watcher is, and we always keep track of our own kids. And when swim time is over, when the kids are out of the pool area, is when I make phone calls, respond to texts, and chat with friends.
I do everything I can to keep the kids I sit safe, starting with always keeping an eye on them. A pool fence is also a super important way to pool safely. It's a physical barrier that keeps kids out of the pool. Fencing needs to be at least 4 feet high, ideally 5, and impossible to climb. It has to have a gate that closes and latches securely on its own, and a latch release knob that cannot be reached by little ones. It should surround the entire pool, but if your home creates a fourth wall that blocks off the pool area, make sure you install and use door alarms. A fence is the guardian that's always vigilant, but it doesn't replace supervision and water safety skills. If the family I babysit for has a pool, I make sure to talk to them about the system of safety they use, and then add my own steps.
Jake is 3, which means he's quick, agile, and super curious. So we pull safely with a couple of alarms. One goes off when the back door that leads to our pool is opened. The other is in the pool itself and goes off when something falls in the water. This way, if a neighbor's child or a friend or even Jake somehow gets to the pool without anyone knowing, I'll know about it instantly. There are many alarm choices. One's for house doors, the pool gate, surface wave, and underwater alarms, even ones that your child can wear. We chose the system that works best for us. You can choose the system that works best for you. And remember that close supervision is always a requirement.
My girl is always curious, and that can be dangerous in a pool or spa. We pool safely by staying away from drains, skimmers, pipe and vacuum lines, and other pool equipment that can pose a danger to swimmers. It may sound strange, but whenever we go to a new pool, I make sure to ask about new safety drain covers. They can help prevent swimsuit straps, jewelry, and hair from getting entangled, and they are shaped to prevent suction from trapping a person. Plus, public pools and spas are required by law to have them. My daughter teases me for being a safety drain cover geek, but she's worth it. We know that simple steps save lives.
Drownings and close calls are 8 times more likely to happen to kids who can't swim, or to kids being supervised by adults who can't swim. It's why swimming lessons are a crucial water safety step. In fact, swimming is the only sport that can save a life, and lessons are available to kids and adults of all ages. To know what's right for your child, do what I did and ask your pediatrician. Then ask your swim instructor to include other age-appropriate water safety skills. For lessons, try your local Y, American Red Cross chapter, or community pool. But remember, even good swimmers can drown, so make sure there's always supervision.
Most of us know someone who has had a close call in the water. Unfortunately, my close call is about me and my son. It was at a pool without a lifeguard, but with lots of people. By the time I got to him, he was unconscious. I pulled him out and had to perform CPR. It worked. Now I take a CPR refresher course every year through the American Red Cross. It's how I pool safely, and it's something we all can do to build our own water safety skills. Take a CPR course, please, because you never know which step will save a life, until it does.
More news is coming up in a moment.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Welcome back. The Les Paul Spirit Award was given to guitar player and producer Nile Rodgers during the recent Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. Les Paul Foundation COO Michael Bronstein made the presentation.
It's my honor and pleasure to introduce you to Michael Bronstein, CEO of the Les Paul Foundation.
Good afternoon, and thank you to the Bonnaroo. Thank you to the Bonnaroo Work Fund, Notes for Notes. Those kids are amazing, and we're very, very happy to be able to support what they do. Today would have been Les's 103rd birthday, so a very happy birthday to Les. Les is gone almost 9 years, and for those of us who knew him and his legion of fans, we really miss him. People always ask me, Michael, how did you get involved with Les? And my story is, I guess, a little unusual. I'm third generation. Les had two guitar heroes when he was a kid and growing up, Django Reinhardt and Andre Segovia. Just so happens my grandfather represented Andre Segovia, so when Les came east in 1952 to Mahwah and to come to work in New York, he sought out my grandfather to meet Andre Segovia. They hit it off, and from then on, Les and my grandfather, then my father, and then me got to work with Les. And I like to say I got the living legend period, the last 20 years of his life. What I'd like to say about Les is his spirit and legacy are going to live on in this award and remind us that this is about his foundation and what he stood for. Nile and Les are similar in so many ways. Both are multi-Grammy Award winners. Both are inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Both are inductees into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Both are founders of foundations. Les, of course, the Les Paul Foundation, and Nile has created a foundation called We Are Family Foundation. They both transcend all styles of music. They both have signature styles. They're both producers extraordinaire. And both of them worked with everybody. In fact, Nile has worked with so many of Les's disciples, including Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton. When I was doing a little research on Nile, I came across one of his quotes, and I think he stole it from Les. He said, "Everything was done with passion. I always tried my hardest," which, if you've heard Les or spoke to Les, that was his philosophy. Both men are, I use words like inspiration, innovation, passion, and persistence are words that describe both of these men. It is my honor to present this year's Les Paul Spirit Award to a man that truly represents Les Paul's spirit, to Nile Rodgers. Nile? This is a section of Les's home studio that Les built with his son for sound in his own studio, and we think this is a fantastic award for somebody and truly represents Les's spirit. So we're so happy to present it to you.
So I've played with Les Paul quite a few times, well, 3 or 4 times, and he was not only a ridiculous guitar player, but an amazing human being. He's the kind of gentleman that you loved hanging out with. Like, I thought I had great stories, but he would keep me riveted. He was such a sweet, sweet, sweet guy. And all of us guitar players in New York City would just line up and love to play with him. Les Paul has been my hero. As a matter of fact, I did a song with David Bowie called Miracle Goodnight. And I remember when I took the solo, Bowie said to me, Nile, I want you to act like the 50s never even existed. And all I could think of was, I'm going to play a solo in the tradition of Les Paul, and I'm going to harmonize it. I'm going to double track it. And even though it's a short solo, it's one of the most amazing moments of my life. And all I was doing was thinking I was paying tribute to Les. If you think I'm kidding, just go on YouTube and find the solo, and you'll see how proud of it I am. Very short, but very Les Paul-y, and he's the man, and I adore him, and to get this honor is incredible. Thank you.
We'll be right back in a moment with more News Leader on 6.
Have you ever been involved in one of these? And you need one of these? Then look no further than the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center. With a state-of-the-art facility, aluminum capabilities, lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett auto rental, claims assistance from start to finish. We are here to serve you. So stop by and let us show you why we are #1, the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. The winners of this year's Tullahoma Soapbox Derby were recognized at the recent Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting.
Mr. Russell, let me ask you to step to the podium if you don't mind. And recently conducted, was it the 6th? How many years have we been doing the Soapbox Derby?
This was the 19th.
19th year, wow, okay, all right. So we have some young people in the audience that we want to recognize and ask them to step forward, and then maybe just give us a little bit of background about the Soapbox Derby. I've been there many times, but perhaps some others haven't, and people watching. What is the Soapbox Derby and where does it take place?
So the Soapbox Derby happens right out here on Lincoln Street. Most of you have probably seen it, or at worst case, seen the street closed one day in May or June. And what we do is we race cars based on gravity alone downhill. That entire week we're building cars with all of the youth and the parents that come in down at C.D. Stamps Community Center, and then we have the race on the following Saturday. And it's an all-day event. We start first thing in the morning right when the sun comes up, and it goes on until mid-afternoon or so. And this year we were able to get it all in before the rain. And we have some champions that are here with us tonight that won this year.
Yeah. So let me ask Miss Olivia Thomason to come up front. And we've also got, I don't think, is Ethan Trail here?
He was not able to.
Yeah, not able to do that. And Richard Thomason. I wonder if there's a relation there. I think so. And we also have Connor Martin. Very good. So I want to recognize each of you for doing such a good job in the Soapbox Derby.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is an Australian Shepherd mix named Star. She's approximately 3 years old and entered the shelter as a stray. Star is up to date on her vaccinations, heartworm negative, and will be spayed. She's great with other dogs and children. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Corey. He is a German Shepherd mix looking for a forever home with a room to play. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
The state veterinarian is advising all horse owners to be alert as Potomac horse fever has been confirmed in a horse in Davidson County. Freshwater snails are the source of the bacteria that causes Potomac horse fever. Horses may be exposed when drinking from creeks or rivers and can then suffer from colic, fever, and diarrhea. Potomac horse fever has not been found to directly transmit from horse to horse or from horses to humans.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1936 at 101 degrees. The record low was in 1968 at 52 degrees. The average high on this day is 87, and the average low is 65. Chance of rain remains in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 75. Sunny with a chance of rain expected on Friday with a high of 94 and a low of 75. Sunny with a chance of rain again on Saturday with a high of 95 and a low of 76. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on News Leader 6, wishes you and your families a fantastic weekend. Thank you. The average high on this day is 85 and the average low is 65.
Cloudy with a chance of rain in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 76. Sunny with a chance of rain on Sunday with a high of 95 and a low of 75. Sunny with a chance of rain again on Monday with a high of 93 and a low of 75. And partly cloudy weather expected on Tuesday with a high of 93 and a low of 74.